hojas de laurel. No sé qué mira más lejos, será mi amorcito aquel. Diles que sí, diles que no, cuando ellas quieren no quiero yo. Que cuando me gusta el sushi y las hojas de laurel. No sé qué mira más lejos, será mi amorcito aquel. Diles que sí, diles que no, cuando ellas quieren no quiero yo.
Thank you and hello as I get seated, and welcome into the What's Up Peoria podcast. As you can tell, we are live today on Facebook, and as you can see, we brought the entertainment with us, right, Mary Lou?
I'm so
we brought the
excited.
entertainment.
There's no better way to start a Thursday morning.
Seriously, and weren't they fantastic?
Incredible.
Unbelievable. And Mary Lou, who were our special musical guests who will be back, by the way?
They are Mariachi, Las Panteras de Oro.
You said that perfectly. I am so impressed, and that's why I gave you that job today, because you were amazing, which that actually translates into the Golden Panthers. And that is the Golden Panthers. They are from Maryvale High School. They came out this morning to help us out. I want to thank Michael Dominguez, who's the director there. He's going to join us here in a bit to talk about their program and to talk about that wonderful band that you just saw. Mariachi, I should say Mariachi band, right? And we have a lot to get into today. So I want to welcome all of you in, and I want to say thanks to all of you for joining us live today. Really appreciate your time, and as always, thanks for tuning in to our podcast that is coming to you this time live from the main library right here in wonderful downtown Peoria. I want to start by introducing our guest that we have today. My trusty co-host that's back from her trip in Ireland. How was your Irish getaway?
Ireland and Scotland. It was epic. And by the way, can I just say it's our happy anniversary moment. So
It is.
happy anniversary to What's Up Peoria.
We are getting into that in just
All
a
right.
bit for sure.
Throw that in there.
And I want to thank our other guest for being here. Mr. Henry Darwin, our city manager, is here this morning back for a second visit because he enjoyed his first visit so very much. Correct? Am I right?
We did not torture him too badly.
Anyway,
He was very excited to do this. And Henry, thank you so much for being here. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, and this is fun, and I'm excited. As Mary Lou said, this is our 1-year anniversary of going live with this podcast. I can't believe we are going live. If my memory serves, I think this is our 47th episode this year. So we almost had one every single week over the last year, and that's quite amazing. It's been a lot of fun to do this, and we want to keep it rolling. Mary Lou, any great memories from our last year?
Oh my God, so many good ones. We had people from the community, we had business owners, we had incredible employees from various departments. They were all really good.
They were.
I guess the thing I enjoy the most is feeling like I'm connected to everybody who's been on the podcast and everyone in this community. That was really the goal of this podcast.
100% from the start, and we've done a great job of connecting with different people, small business owners. We've connected with, as you said, employees, and we were able to get our city manager on. And this was probably 3 months ago now. It's been about that, and you did such a great job the first time, and thanks again for coming back. And I have to start out by asking you. You've been here now, about nine months or so?
It's getting close to 9.
Yeah, we're getting to that point where you start counting months, and now you're into years. So hopefully, that'll be much better. It's like
I think the last time I was here, I think we may have been counting the number of days or weeks I've been here. So now we're at least in the months.
we're in the month phase. So how has your first 9 months been, and how you settling in?
Well, it's been an amazing first 9 months. So in addition to being the new city manager for Peoria, I'm also a new resident of Peoria.
Yay! That's so exciting.
I've lived in Arizona most of my life. I grew up in Yuma, Arizona, and have lived in Phoenix and in Tucson. But it's my first time living in Peoria. So it's enough of a challenge to learn a new job, but finding a new place to live. And then really over the last, several months, just trying to find a way of getting to know Peoria and
Right.
Peoria is about. So, yeah, I certainly had some preconceived notions about Peoria when I arrived. The amazing parks and trails, for example. But I'm really starting to appreciate the people and the diversity of the communities that we serve and that we live in. So it really has been an amazing experience. And then, of course, just getting to know all of the employees that work day in and day out to keep Peoria safe and make it the wonderful place that we all have come to know and love, and that I'm starting to know and come to love myself. So I really couldn't be in a better place right now, both both professionally but also personally.
Welcome to the best city in Arizona.
I agree, and that's unbelievable to hear. And you're a visible leader. You're out there. I see you all the time. You're at these things. We had a pizza party for our staff, and I come in the door, and who's standing there? Mr. Darwin standing there, and he's chatting it up with the employees. I know that's something that's really important to you, to be out there and engage with the employees. What have you seen from the staff that's here in Peoria? We got a great crew here that works in Peoria. What have you seen from the people who are working in Peoria?
Well, the thing that has amazed me the most, and if I had done my research on this particular topic before I arrived, I probably would have realized. But the fact matters is that the dedication to public service and public service that our employees, to a person, are showing every day. That really has been one of the most pleasant surprises. And as you know, Nathaniel, I have recently instituted what we're calling, above and beyond awards.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that when our staff, our employees go above and beyond, especially when it's related to customer service, that we're recognizing that additional effort. And we've got some amazing stories to share about how our employees, how much they care for the community and how much they're doing to help the community. But now and again, they're provided an opportunity. Presents itself to go above and beyond what would be considered to be the norm,
right,
for public service.
And there's the video out there. I know there was one of our employees recently went above and beyond, and you went out and awarded him and talked with him, and those are the kind of things that you have really focused on. I know it's really important to you, and it really is showing. I think we're seeing that engagement. You are practicing what you're preaching about engagement. You are fully engaged, and I love seeing that. Last time you were here, we were talking about some of those council goals too, right? We were talking about the things that the council's focused on, mayor and council are focused on, public safety being, one of the most important, and then water services. We've talked a lot about that, economic development and all. How is that going with your tenure here?
It's going amazingly well. And the public isn't necessarily seeing the fruits of our labor quite yet, but maybe we could think about the work that we're doing here at the city in a slightly different way. We talk about priorities, and people often wonder or ask, what do those priorities really mean to the citizens? So, and maybe a different way of thinking about it is that we really want Peoria to be the best place in Arizona, if not the country, to live, work, play, shop, and dine. And the fact of the matter is that Peoria is currently a great place to live. We have, wonderful communities. We have a diversity of communities. We have master plan communities. We really have, if you want a place to live, you couldn't pick a better place than Peoria.
Agreed.
And we have great places to play. We have, our wonderful community parks, whether it be Pioneer Park or Paloma Park. Or Rio Vista, or of course Lake Pleasant. We have these amazing opportunities for play in the city. But what we're lacking currently, and what I'm really focused on, are opportunities to work. The fact of the matter is that we have too many of our residents that are commuting outside of Peoria for their employment. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to create an option for our residents to work in the community in which they live. So when we talk about economic development, for example, that's really what we're focusing on, is creating opportunities for our community to work where they live.
Right.
And also to shop and to dine.
Right.
And another thing I hear and experience myself being a new resident of Peoria is that our options, we have great options currently, but we need more options.
Sure.
We need more opportunities to dine and to shop and And that's really been our focus over the past 9 months, and it'll be our focus for the upcoming months and maybe even years, is to create those options, those opportunities for those who have chosen to live in Peoria because of the great amenities we have, and opportunities to play, as I've said.
Right.
But we really need to work better and provide more opportunities for working in Peoria and shopping and dining. We have the Trailhead development, for example, that's going in at 8030.
I live very close, and I'm watching it kind of slowly come about, and it's amazing to see just those stages of the development there.
Exactly. And so we've heard the community. The mayor and council have heard the community loud and clear that they don't want to drive to Glendale or Scottsdale for all of our dining or shopping opportunities. So we really are working on that. Lake Pleasant Parkway is a great opportunity for us to create those dining experiences and those shopping experiences that currently don't exist.
Sure.
So there's plenty of construction. Everyone sees that construction, but they should realize and understand that begins with applications before the city, planning by the city. And we're just now trying to execute on those plans to create those opportunities for our residents.
That's awesome. And you said something very near and dear to my heart when you said the word dine. As you can see, I love eating. And one of the guests I had on recently was Andrea Robinson, who does the Bite to Eat program, and that is such a cool program. I know Tim's been out with her doing those videos. They're fantastic, and she's doing a great job of highlighting some of those restaurants that you're talking about, the Bourbon and Bones that's brand new, and some of those other areas that I think people are getting to know a little bit more. Do you have a favorite, now that you're living here? Do you kind of have your favorite foodie spot that you're locating?
Well, you're putting me on the spot.
I totally am. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And that's okay. You don't have to answer.
It's like asking a parent who their favorite child is. So I fear that if I picked a favorite restaurant,
okay, fair enough.
I'd leave somebody out.
Fair enough.
But you're absolutely right about the work that Andrea Robinson is doing for the city, because in addition to creating opportunities for new dining experiences, and we have great dining experiences currently in Peoria, and we want to make sure our residents and those outside of Peoria know about these great opportunities for dining and shopping. And so we really are wanting to make sure that everyone is aware of the current opportunities as we're developing opportunities for the future.
That's awesome. And yes, I am sorry to put you on the spot. I had to ask, because it's foodies are foodies, and you got to ask. But I love the fact that you have talked about being focused on giving more options to our residents. As somebody who lives in Peoria, I think that's fantastic. And I'm with you. I want to see people being able to stay here, as you said, work, play, and you can enjoy your lifestyle right here in Peoria. And that's what's fun. And speaking of that, we have a ton of events that we put on as a city, and coming up this weekend we have one of our best. It is Hispanic Heritage Month, right? And we have, as you can see with the Mariachi band being here, kind of a little taste with Somos that's coming up, Mary Lou. So let's talk a little bit about Somos and what people can expect.
Somos Peoria is probably one of my all-time favorite events for a number of reasons. First of all, you talked about foodies. If you're a foodie, you must come to this event, because the food is extraordinary and it's varied, because, that's the great thing about the Hispanic culture. It's not one note. There's many notes, many flavors. And so that is a fantastic thing for the event. But one of the things that I love the most is the music. And when you hear this Maryvale High School group, I literally came in here this morning. I'm not joking when I say I teared up, because they were so good, and it just got me. That is the best way to fiesta. It is. So good music, good food, community, and I love Somos Peoria. We are Peoria. It talks about who we are as a community, and it's very welcoming to everyone. And this year we did something a little unique. We made the event free.
Which is amazing, by the way.
We want everyone to come together in this community, in our Old Town area, which also has a wonderful history, and It's an incredible, incredible event. So if you haven't been, I highly recommend it. There actually are VIP tickets, although I'm afraid to tell you this, I haven't checked to see if there's any left available. I just got back into the country recently, but the
That's
music,
no excuse, Marilyn. Come
the
on.
music's going to be awesome too, by the way. Last year, opening on the main stage, we had the Mariachi Divas,
Yes,
which
and they're back.
if you have not heard the Mariachi
They're
Divas,
back.
oh my goodness,
They're
they're
great.
amazing. And Color Me Bad and Oso Matle.
Let's not just pause. We have to pause on Color Me Bad,
they're
right?
all amazing.
Like as a child of the 80s and 90s, like you
Right.
know, Henry, he's naughty.
Absolutely no
The
Color Me
Color Me Bad was like if you were at a junior high dance and you didn't hear Color Me Bad, that
Right.
something was wrong, right? Color
Well,
Me
and
Bad.
the other
That's really
thing
cool, by the
that
way. I just got
wanna
to say.
mention, and Henry mentioned it, yes, we want Peoria to be a place where you can live, work, and play and love your life. But I also look at events as a way to bring people from other communities to see what makes Peoria so special,
Absolutely.
so unique, so great. And I will tell you, when I first came to Peoria, and I'm similar to Henry, I've lived here most of my life. In other cities other than Peoria, and I did a lot of research before coming to Peoria. And many of my friends and family were like, Peoria, why? Like, why are you going way out there? And I
'Cause it's
wasn't
awesome.
I wasn't sure until I got here and I met the people and I had the opportunity to be a part of this community that is so close-knit, so interesting, so diverse. It is really a special place. So I welcome those in other communities to come enjoy what makes Peoria so special by joining us for Somos Peoria.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm encouraging all of you to get out to Somos. It's going to be great. And then right after Somos, we have Gain.
Gain
which
is a big event.
a huge event. And I know public safety is a big deal for our city, as it should be. It should be our number one priority all the time. And the events like Gain, Henry, those are the events that can really bring the community to get to know the public safety officials that work in our city. And those are really important events for our community.
Yeah, absolutely. We you mentioned the focuses that our council has asked staff to work on, and public safety is absolutely at the top of that.
Right,
We want
right.
to make sure that the community develops as positive a relationship as possible with those that serve, and the Gain is an opportunity for them to do just that.
Absolutely.
Of course, we have a new police chief. We have our Art Miller, who's been our police chief for a number of years. He's retiring, so we're in the process of hiring a new police chief.
Right.
There's going to be a public component to that. We'll talk more about that when in several days about when that community opportunity will exist. But this will be an opportunity for, if nothing else, for people to come out and thank Art.
Yeah, you guys come out and thank Chief Miller for all he's done, because he's been here for I think 5 years now or so, or 5 years, and yeah, he's done a great job, and I know that the mayor and council and you will do a great job of getting the next chief to come in and be just as good. There's no doubt about that. But these type of events that happen are so important because, Mary Lou, you said it brings the community together, and Gain is one of those really important events where you can come out, you can meet your the public safety officials that are in your city, all the police, the fire that keep us safe, that make Peoria a great place to live. This is a chance to come out and meet them, and more importantly, thank them. They a lot of these men and women put their lives on their line every single day for us.
And for all the kids and all the kids at heart, they bring out the cool vehicles.
They do.
So that never gets old.
And this
That's
is
a lot of
one.
fun.
This is one that's close to my heart. My brother's a retired police officer, and it's close to my heart that these men and women, what they do for our community on a daily basis. You can't thank them enough. So get out to Gain. That is happening October 7th, and that is over at Pioneer Park. You're going to want to make sure you make your way over to Gain if you've not been to a Gain night before.
And if you don't know what GAIN stands for,
Yes, please.
Getting Arizonans involved in neighborhoods. So yes, it's public safety, but it's really about us getting involved, knowing your neighbors, protecting each other.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of these events, and the following weekend we have Fall Fest right here at the library. You're going to want to make your way out for that. That's October 14th, and that goes from 10 to 1 right here at the main library. So lots of events coming up, lots of things happening, and of course, there's always something to do in Peoria. And
the good news is we might be under triple digits very
hope so.
soon. I think by this weekend.
Let's hope so, right? We definitely need to be. Henry, I want to kind of just finish up by saying thank you for all that you're doing and for coming on the show and being a part of connecting with all of our residents. That's what we started this for. We started this podcast a year ago, and Mary Lou and I didn't really know what we were doing. We figured it out along the way, and we've had just such a run of wonderful guests. And you coming on, I think, says a lot about your commitment to the community and to making sure that the community is aware of what's going on. So I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate that, Nathaniel and Mary Lou. And you know, I want to congratulate you both for the year, this last year.
Thank you.
And encourage you to continue on, and hopefully someday we'll be celebrating your 5 years.
I hope so. I hope so. And you're coming back for all of them, by the way.
You can mark me down. I'll be your first guest on each one, each celebration.
I love that. Thank you.
Well, I also want to commend Henry and his staff. I think it's really important that we are at a city that celebrates innovation.
Right.
And I can't say that about every municipality. Peoria is truly a place where if you have a good idea, if you have a crazy idea, if you don't know what you're doing, but you want to figure it out.
Is that true? Is that true, Henry? Are you good with the crazy ideas?
I you know, as long, you know, I'm a firm believer in this idea of failing fast. So
I like that.
We should experiment. If it's working, we should do more of it. It's not working, we should stop doing it. So absolutely, experimentation, trying different things, new things. Anything that we can do to help our citizens, to serve our citizens, no matter how crazy it might sound, if it works, we'll do more of it. If it won't, we won't do it anymore.
Now, that to me is innovative government right there, right? If it's
Henry's been an incredible leader for all of us to be able to take a little bit of a risk and say, hey, why not? Let's try. Yeah. Let's do something different. And for me, that's something that I truly appreciate. And I know our staff have told me more times than not that they continue to get excited about bringing forth their amazing ideas now rather than feeling like they have to hold back.
Absolutely.
And that is a win. It's a huge win. So thank you, Henry.
That's great to hear.
Definitely is a win, and I appreciate that. And again, Henry, thank you so much for coming on. Before we close out, though, I do want to bring back in Michael Dominguez. If he is available, come on in. He's got his trumpet with him. He's gonna bring that over. We're gonna just give him a couple of minutes here and have him sit down. Pull that mic up to you there, Michael, if you can. So first off, I want to say thanks for bringing your crew down. They sound absolutely amazing. How did this group get created? How did this all come about?
Well, first off, thank you for having us. We appreciate it. We always jump on an opportunity to make music, and especially when we can evoke such emotion. We appreciate
he got you.
We appreciate that. The group was founded in 2015 when I was hired at Maryvale. I tasked the school that already had a class, and so what I did was I took the concept of putting the kids in charge of their own group. So they created the name, they created the logo. We have a logo that's on the kids' shirt.
It's a really cool logo.
Yeah, and I had a student that drew that by hand. Wow. And she donated it to the school so we could use it as our logo from here on out. So that's her legacy, basically.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so they decided on the name. They came up with the logo, and they just were like, okay, let's go out and see if we can find places to play, and word of mouth spreads, and
I love the fact that you empowered the students to do that. I think that is so commendable and so important, and that's what makes education just even more impactful, because you're giving them that opportunity. And you can tell by just looking at their faces, these kids are going places.
Absolutely. So where do you play? Obviously, I'm sure you do the normal school concerts and things like that, but you guys out busking? Are you going to the corner, and like, hey,
Yeah, we've been blessed to have many opportunities to perform. We've done quinceañeras, we've done weddings, but we've also done, like the American Heart Association has had us come and perform.
Oh, cool!
Their
Very
conferences. Cool. The Arizona School Boards Association has had us out before. So we've, matter of fact, Maricopa Community Colleges, we perform for their Hispanic convocation.
Nice. Wow.
So,
you guys are all over the place then. You guys,
yeah,
and you guys sound great. You guys are amazing. And I want to thank you and all the students for coming out today. And you guys really have it's been a lot of fun to hear and be a part of kind of watching you guys practice earlier and all the things that you guys are doing. But again, this is fantastic. You guys have done a really great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And again, give us the name one more time of the group.
So Mariachi Panteras de Oro.
He says it's so much better than I could ever dream of saying it, but there's no way I could do that. And that translates to
The Golden Panthers.
Golden Panthers, because
We're Maryvale High School.
Maryvale High School, Golden Panther, or the Panthers. All right, very cool. Well, anyways, we are live, and as you can hear, things happen when you're live, and I think a door has just recently been opened that will
They're frantically trying to get.
they'll get that figured out, I'm sure. Hey, when you're live, things happen. It is what it is. But what we're going to do is we're going to shift gears. We're going to bring in the Mariachi band to close us out before we go. If I can, hopefully everybody can still hear me with the siren going off in the background. But I do want to thank, all right, very cool. Thank you, whoever got that off. I appreciate you guys. I do want to thank a few people before we close out. You guys can come on in behind us. I want to thank, first off, Henry, thank you so much for being here for this year anniversary. I want to thank Mary Lou for helping me over this last year. You've been amazing, and for giving me the opportunity to do this, because I truly love connecting with the public. So thank you for that. I want to say thanks. I want to especially thank all of the people that download this podcast every single week, that are loyal listeners, that follow us, that want to know what's going on in Peoria. We started out with 36 listeners, and we have surpassed the 6,500 mark recently. So we are growing, and you can pick this podcast up at wherever you get your favorite podcast. We are on Spotify. We're on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora. You can pick us up. Make sure you follow us, because every single week we bring information of what's going on, and we also bring great guests to you, like our city manager, who's kind enough to give his time. And we have employees on. We have band directors on. We have it all. So thank you to all of you. I want to thank Tim and your crew. Thanks so much for helping us with our live feed today. You guys are amazing. I want to thank Aaron, my internet slash library Polaris
IT
guru,
superstar.
IT superstar. Thank you. He came in early, helped us get set up. I want to thank Jill Thompson, who is our branch supervisor, who helped to get all this done. Thanks to everybody. This last year's been great. We are going to continue this podcast. We are excited to continue to bring this podcast to you. We have an email. It is whatsuppeoria@peoriaaz.gov. Email us with show ideas, questions. We are here to connect with you, and we appreciate you so much. So keep tuning in, keep listening. And I'm going to say, with that, this is What's Up Peoria, and this wonderful mariachi band behind us is going to take us out.
And by the way, we are performing on Saturday from 4 to 5 at Somos Peoria.
There you go.
And
Come
we
on
are
out.
so honored to have you. Thank you.
Cuando así me dijiste a mí, por eso vivo penando.